Who the hell decided Halloween should be on a Thursday though? Who did that?
I mean, it changes every.
Who decided that? Who said, you know what? It's gonna be on Thursday this year.
Friday.
Next year will be on a Friday, I think.
Better be.
If it it shifts. So I don't know. My camera looks weird. I don't know.
Well, I suppose it's time I get in my.
My camera's like facing.
I suppose it's time I get in my costume.
Oh yes, get your costume.
I'm gonna aim this up.
He's getting butt booty naked. What was the class again? God, I just read it. I got scared. I saw Friday and I freaked. Oh, that's not you, bro. We've seen that already.
Hold on.
You gotta bring the new.
Gosh, I hate this camera so much. Oh wait, it's not even plugged in.
Ah, that'd do it. Yeah.
That would do it. I didn't do it. This is due tomorrow. Oh!
Welcome to Electrix and Friends Halloween special. Ooh, weirdly, the witch vibes?
You randomly found that in your closet, didn't you? We can't hear you.
You cannot, no audio, zero audio.
She got her camera to work, but at what cost?
I have the one that goes like this.
Oh, that's a thing?
Yeah. I have 3 witch hats. I don't know. I just like them.
Oh, I could DoorDash some Chick-fil-A right now. That could hit. That has the capacity to hit.
Thing is, Chick-fil-A is kind of expensive. I don't know, maybe it's New York prices, but like shit is not it, honestly.
Let's see, hold on, what is this? Let's see. A nuggets meal for $12.
How much is it for a sandwich?
I'll show you right now. Hold on. I got so many tabs open because I thought I was like, oh, yeah,
$6.30 for a sandwich. So not like $6.30. I mean,
let me see. Chick-fil-A. There's one down the street, pretty much. You know where the Target was? Where the Target is there's one next door.
Oh.
Because there used to be an Applebee's there. I don't know if it was an Applebee's when you were here.
I don't know.
It was just not. I don't think it had anything.
No, my camera turned off.
Yeah, listen. I'm up. I'm gonna DoorDash 5 Guys.
The savior.
No, I'm kidding. I'm not rich enough for 5 Guys DoorDash.
But they are the savior though.
5 Guys is so expensive.
Yeah, well, Juan, you know, 5 Guys at like 3 a.m. hits different.
$11 for a burger.
So our chicken sandwiches are $9.
The meal?
For one?
No, that's not a meal. That's one. That's
what
just
the fuck?
Thing. That's not a meal. You know what it says? Your sandwich includes pickles. That's literally what it says.
Gotta love the pickles. That's an extra $3. Dude, what the fuck?
That's what I'm telling you. I was like, bro, Chick-fil-A is not worth it.
Shit is exuberant out there. What
you know
the
what's
hell?
worth it? Taco Bell. That shit is
boy dinner, dude. I'll always remember.
So Wendy's is very fucking decently priced over here. I don't know what it is, but Wendy's.
Maybe I'll just DoorDash something after we're done here, and there'll be just like nothing open.
Wendy's got the biggie bags, which are.
What are those? Biggie bags.
It's just a combo.
Oh, okay. I was gonna say, don't threaten me.
That's what they call it.
Good time.
All
right, it's time for the lights off as we begin this Halloween special.
Okay, do I need to read? I suck at reading. I'm illiterate. You're an asshole for making me read.
We're back to VHS Electrix.
God damn it.
Shittest quality on planet Earth.
Oh, I thought you said shit is quality. I'm like, no, it's not.
Okay. Are you doing the intro?
Oh, we've been introed.
We already introed.
Oh, we've been introed.
No, guys. We've just been talking about Chick-fil-A.
2 returning guests of the Electrix and Friends podcast because I couldn't get anybody else. But it's fine. You guys were definitely the first people I thought of to do this.
Hey, look. Be glad I'm here because I have like 7 assignments to be doing right now. Glad I'm here, bro. You my nigga. That's the only reason. You my nigga. And I also flunked out yesterday. Because, anyways.
Man, your educational prowess is not doing well, one.
This week has been a very interesting week, just to say.
Would you say it's been a spooky week?
I will have been editing.
Feeling
for
that October chill.
Yes. Oh, it's hot as shit, but you know,
it is quite.
There's
some cold days. There's some cold days.
It is so warm.
At least it looks like
very
autumn.
warm.
At least it looks like autumn.
Yeah,
right?
there's Yeah, I'm the one cleaning up the fucking leaves. My fucking backyard. Yeah, I'm well aware. Pisses me off. They just keep coming. I clean them and it just, and I'm just like, I'm not cleaning up anymore.
Mm-hmm.
But I've been playing a lot of spooky games.
What was that right? I've spent the past couple weeks wondering what I wanted to do for the Halloween, what I want to do content-wise for Halloween, and then I arrived here. There was I went through 2 things of okay, I'm gonna film at an abandoned hospital, but then we were gonna go to an abandoned school, but then that also didn't work out, so I just went to the woods, and that's coming out tomorrow, same day as this.
I'm telling you right now, wait, you ain't ever catching people like me. Be like, let's go to nigga.
And you're gonna love that video because I had 2 of my black friends with me.
You forced them. You put them on gun.
He had a great time. He had a knife.
Randy would probably bring his pop guns.
Randy was not making it past the entrance. His big ass.
He's at home.
Randy's sleeping, bro.
He's Chick-fil-A.
He's DoorDashing Chick-fil-A for $9. What is it? $9?
No, it's $9. You know what? He be Chick-fil-A. Not even what? That's not a verb. He be DoorDashing fucking whole pizzas and eating it himself.
I do that too now because I'm bulking, right? I need the macros.
I'm big. I can't even eat a whole fucking pizza, bro. And I'm big.
Now that's the real scary thing.
I don't know how he does it, bro.
Okay, top 10 top 10 scary moments this week. Number 1.
This week?
This month, obviously. Oh, top 5 scary moments in the month. Let me think. Can you tell how much planning went into this podcast?
No, I think somewhere, gang. You look worse than me. I've been making ideas and then not fucking doing jack.
I look like I just woke up.
Is
that like that?
We got a nigga that's tired, a nigga that's a dragon, and a witch. That's what we got. I think it's a witch.
You fuck with Hocus Pocus, right?
I've never seen that actually.
The Witch Fit and never seen Hocus Pocus?
No.
Is there more than one?
It's a movie.
Yes. It's actually fun. I think Hocus Pocus is one of the only Halloween movies to just not get a blatant sequel. There's obviously Halloween Town and shit.
Halloween Town was my shit. Halloween Town. I was just about to talk about Halloween Town. That was my shit when I was a kid.
I don't think I've ever seen it the whole way through.
But there's so many.
Really?
There's a lot. There's a few. And those were my shit as a kid. Also, Goosebumps. The Goosebumps books and movies were my shit as well. They're so good.
I just have Hocus Pocus burn into my brain because my mom would watch it every Halloween. Or all of October.
I want to watch it. I know how it goes. I've I just haven't seen it.
Right.
Are you going trick or treating?
Yeah.
You for? Why not? I've told you multiple times before. Electric. It starts with E's. Are you going trick or treating tomorrow?
They're blocking off a whole section of downtown with all the clubs and bars and shit. So I'm just gonna go down there in my real costume. And have fun, Juan.
Mr. I don't do it. What the fuck are you gonna...
I'm gonna enjoy sobriety.
Let me get a Dr. Pepper.
Yes, glass of milk, tall.
Let me get a tall glass of white milk.
Yes.
Are you going in that costume?
No, I'm gonna. I have the pants and shirt back there. Aoi Todo from Jujutsu Kaisen, which I think
just a fit nigga. It's just a fit nigga. That's all it is. You're not even trying. Bro.
Bursting out this costume. Can I hold on? Pull it. Okay, I can't.
I made my costume this year.
You made it.
Mm-hmm.
What is it?
Yes, I made it out of. Have you ever seen Black Swan or just Swan Lake?
Isn't it like a tutu? Isn't it like ballet? Am I thinking it's the right thing? No, I've heard of it. I think
it's just
I think
ballerina, basically.
Yeah, I think it is. Yeah,
but I made it out of my old prom dress.
That's hard. At least you had a prom.
No, I did. I just didn't go to mine.
Yeah, it was fun.
They tried doing it during COVID. They tried doing it on Zoom. How the fuck? And they wanted us to pay.
I'd kill myself. Zoom
You
prom?
for Zoom?
Zoom. They wanted me to pay for Zoom prom. You bitch, I would hurt you.
Wait,
No.
what did you even?
I literally
I
saw that email and I'm like, and just didn't proceed with anything. I was ass.
You best believe there was like the one preppy kid who actually joined the call, and it's just nobody, and it's nobody.
It's Miss Martha, and that's it.
I graduated after COVID, so I didn't have to.
Yeah.
Which one? You graduated in 21, didn't you?
Yeah, but COVID was still beating our asses.
I guess, but by the end of
21.
by graduation of 21, it was relatively back to normal where I was.
You live, bro. Then, bro, your neighbor is like 3 miles away, bro.
I mean, yeah, but I was listen. It's cool being a 22 girly, I suppose. I had that shit locked down.
Anyways, Halloween. That's what we're here for, nigga. And you don't end any of this shit.
We're here to tell some rather spooky tales, if you
I
will.
hope these are spooky.
Yes, let me find one.
Do I have to read it? Can you read it for me?
What do you mean, can I read it for you, man? This is just, like, because this can be, I mean, I said you can find some online, but obviously it's preferred if you have some in-person ones. So I can start off, right? I have a very, you know what, let me set the tone here, okay?
Yeah.
Okay, let's get a little spooky here, guys. Okay. Man is with girlfriend, chilling on couch. The phone ring. Hello? What are you doing with my daughter? She needs to be home now. Phone hangs up. Man looks at girlfriend. Your father just called. He's very angry. Girlfriend looks confused. She turns back to him. My father dead. Who is phone? Who was phone? Who is phone?
Who's phone?
Oh my god.
Little tone setter
I
for you.
wonder what happened to them. Hope they're okay.
Not sure. I feel like I have enough. I feel like I have a lot of leeway because I'm just more prone to having spooky shit happen to me from just my location being in rural fucking nowhere.
Fucking nowhere, bro.
Well, I don't now, but yeah, obviously, like
you live like
I've been around
like
some
beings and creatures and shit. Where you at? Like,
tell us a real story.
I'm trying to think of something that's happening. Yeah, I got spooky. So yeah,
we got cryptids out in this bitch. I mean, I can't imagine there's any cryptids in New York besides like the fucking cheese ball man.
Hell, he's okay. He's alright. Oh, we have Radio Man too. He's not that encrypted. He's just cool.
You got who?
Radio Man.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
I mean, he's not he's just chill. You know who that is?
He just chill as fuck for real. Okay.
He's cameoed in more movies than professional actors have in New York City. He's just a homeless nigga, and he's just in a bunch of movies. He's just a staple of New York City. I don't know who he is.
He's just there.
Anyway,
see, you have proof that he exists. We just got like hearsay, you know?
Yeah.
Let's just be like, yeah, that guy's probably around here somewhere. We got like
okay.
Fuck, what's his name? It's something like a panther or some shit. I don't know. I watched some shit ton of mountain monsters in preparation.
Black Panther?
No, it's out in like the mountains and shit. Which, to be fair, it's probably dead now. It's probably underwater right now. In all fairness, so probably don't gotta worry about that anymore. To be fair, me going to the woods very late at night was fun. And quite surprising.
You're so white.
Yeah,
my camera's having a really hard time trying to focus on me with his light.
And you're so a man, because I would never. No.
I chose the bear. Like, I was in the woods. Everyone was afraid of bears. I guess I chose the bear. I was like, I'm fine with this. So I don't.
All right, so we telling personal stories. I got.
We can start with personal stories if you have one. Yeah.
I'm pretty sure I've told you this story, but my old apartment was 100% haunted, and this was like one of the proofs. Because I don't really believe in any of that shit, you know. I don't believe in shit that I can't prove, and there's a lot on that list that I don't believe in. But I'm home just with my mom in my apartment, right? Small ass apartment, right? We're chilling. She's cooking. She gives me a pot. She's like, "Oh, put the pot in the center of the table to let it cool down." Blah blah. Right? She hands me the pot. I put it on the table. Same table I have. You saw how big that table is, right?
And it's a small ass apartment too, right?
It's a small ass apartment. That big table that we had boy dinner in.
The boy dinner
directly in the middle. Boom.
Okay.
I'll walk away. I'm doing something else. I hear a crash and a yell. I run in. My mom's not even in the vicinity. She's on the other side of the apartment, and the pot is just on the floor. I'm like, shooting. You didn't put it on the. You put it on the edge. I'm like, no, I did not, bitch. I put that shit in the middle. I know I did. You saw me do it. She was like, oh yeah, I did see you do that. We picked it up, but we cleaned nothing of it. Later on, we're doing some other shit. Another crash. Same day, a couple hours later.
Okay.
In the bathroom, the shelves fell. Every single one of them, not only on one wall, on every wall, just fell. I'm like, all right. What the
Hold
fuck
on.
you doing?
Wait a minute.
Now I'm here like, there's this. So now my mom was like, pick it up. I'm like, what the fuck you mean? This man niggas die, bro.
We got a poltergeist in this bitch, and you telling me to pick it up.
Time passed. My dad gets home from work, and we tell him everything that's happened. His grumpy ass, you met him. He's like, what day is it?
What day is it?
He's like, what day is it? I'm like, so-and-so. And he was like, oh, you don't know what today is? I'm like, no, bitch, it's a random Tuesday. What the fuck is today? He's like, this is the day your grandfather died. I'm like,
Oh.
Yeah.
what do you mean? He's like, we should probably light a candle. I'm like, you think? Like, again, I'm here like, my dad's like, what? What happened? I tell him everything that happened. He's like, oh, go get a Jesus candle from the store. I'm like, what do you mean? I go get it. And he's like, he lights it, puts it. He's like, all right, go do whatever you need to do. I'm like, you acting like there's not spoopy shit happening in this fucking apartment. You acting like you so nice. This happened.
Been there,
I
done
didn't ask
that.
questions.
It has to have happened.
Questions.
Listen, to go into
He was
somewhere
so
and be like,
nonchalant.
what day is it? That shit's happened. Must have happened frequently.
Yeah, look. And
Same shit,
spooky.
different day.
The art is spooky. Trust, I have stories from the art too, but the art is spooky, so I'm not surprised that shit like that's happened in the Dominican Republic. I light the candle and nothing happens for the rest of the day. The day goes on fine. I'm just like, you know what?
Maybe there's something to that.
Maybe, because
Maybe there's something
I'm
to
not
that.
I'm not a believer until some shit happens in front of you. You're like, okay, what the fuck? That you can't explain. That makes no sense. Like if it was one side of the shelves, oh, okay, look, all of them. Some that had nothing on it.
Bad infrastructure out there in New York. I heard about that. Yeah.
Fuck you. Our walls aren't actual just paper, but look, shit happens.
So are mine.
Okay, that was my first story.
Right? Care to enlighten
That's good.
us? Get us a little shaking on our boots.
Ooh, I don't really have any like spooky stories. Not that I can think of like paranormal stuff. Maybe
I'll say I can take any
this
scary
is really
story,
short.
like cryptids and such.
This is sure. This is a really short one, but one time in like I think it was 7th grade, I was in the lunchroom bathroom with my friends, and we wanted to play with like a Ouija board. Someone brought a board into school, so they started to mess around with the thing, and I was like, oh my god, this is so big, because like you could feel everyone moving their like little hands like on the thing, like whatever. So after messing around with it for like maybe like 10 minutes, we were like, oh, just give us a sign if there's like a ghost here. And you know those like trash cans that are in the wall in the bathrooms,
Yes.
where it's like paper towels and a trash can underneath it, and
Yeah.
they're like in the wall. We say give us a sign, like not even 2 seconds later, the thing fucking flies out and like out of the wall, like not like flying out, but just kind of like fell
just
out of the wall
falls?
so violently.
Okay.
Yeah, it just fell right out of the
It
wall.
got
just
fucking
boom,
what
and
was
it's never
that?
happened.
What was that trend where people were just stealing shit out of bathrooms?
Yeah, it was like that. It was just
They
like
just
someone
did
just,
that
like,
shit.
And I don't think it's ever happened before, but I honestly just think it was like, I mean, maybe it was.
No, they just do that
I think
out
it
there.
was just a coincidence. I think it was a coincidence, but who knows?
But what you're describing, it sounds like
It was
something
pretty crazy, and we all freaked out.
freakishly flew off the wall, and you're like, damn, that's crazy.
That's
You're
crazy.
like,
coincidence.
what?
That is not a coincidence, gang.
It wasn't like fly off. It just fell.
It
like
fell.
it
Like shit, if that
fell, but it was like really loud and violent.
that was a
So
coincidence.
maybe it's coincidence. Maybe it was a ghost. I don't know. But that bathroom was always super weird. So you know what? It's safe to say it was haunted. I think.
High school
But yeah, we
bathrooms
all like
are
started
extremely
screaming, like running out.
Which I lived,
yeah,
my dad's
that
house
was
was
it.
like over
I don't think
100
anything
years
else
old.
popped in me.
So like weird shit happened there sometimes, like stuff would fall or there you'd hear like creaks in the night.
Mm-hmm.
A little crick in the night, you'd have to walk out of the room, hit the little
I hate when people say
but
it's the house settling. I'm gonna settle my fist in your face. Shut the
it's
fuck up.
not
I hate
like
that
lights would
term,
just
man.
randomly turn
What does
off.
that mean? How settling into the ground?
I
So,
suppose. The fountain yeah, sure.
the foundation. I'm like,
Yeah.
wait, what you talking about?
But it'd be like
What does that mean?
lights would just
It's not
randomly turn off or
real.
the most obvious incidents that I can think of was not even at my dad's house. It was a little bit down the road where my mom lives. This is this trailer. And I'm there one night. This maybe was like 2-3 years ago. I'm going to say like late 2021, some shit, right? And I'm just chilling. Like a villain,
Mm-hmm.
as one does. Or actually, oh, no. This would be, I can actually remember this is like summer of 2022. This is like right after I graduated high school because my mom was like gone for the week or some shit. My mom and my sister were at the beach. So I'm just alone at the place by myself, as one does. And, oh, there's a cryptid behind you, Ray.
That's her familiar, bro. Come on, that's her familiar. Get it right.
But, I'm just there middle of the night.
Mm.
It's like 3 a.m.
You're probably eating something, weren't you?
I can't even remember. But all I remember
Probably
is just
eating
hearing.
cereal.
All I remember is just hearing the front door, or like not the front door, the back door to the house, which is the one we always use. Just
Okay.
open, shut.
And you think your mom was there or some shit?
So
Yeah.
I do as anyone does, and
Uh-huh.
I hit this because like how my angle was facing to my door. I hit the. I hit. Yeah, and I hit this with my door. I do the little. I do a little peek, and I significantly remember when I made dinner earlier that night that I left the light on in the kitchen, because if not, it's complete darkness. And when I tell you all the lights were off down the fucking hallway, because I can see from one end of the trailer to the other, and there is not a single light on. So not only did I hear the door open and shut slam, but I also just no lights on. I audibly said, hell nah. Shut the door, went back to what I was doing. If it was a home invader, they can have it.
At least you didn't do a white person thing.
Who's there?
Who's there?
Yeah,
what are you gonna be like? Oh, it's me.
No, fuck that. I didn't even have the spoon at that point. I was not armed. I didn't have the sword.
I have a bat underneath my bed.
Shit, a couple nights ago, I had some dishes sitting like haphazardly around the sink, and they fell. So the middle of the night, I'm here alone. Tamman's gone. So I opened the door. I opened the door with like the sword just ready to go to stab a motherfucker. I was like, "Who's here?"
He just should plates on the floor.
Oh my gosh.
Yo, that honestly, like,
So scary.
it's never been something like that. Because the thing is, the story I told earlier was in broad daylight. It was like the afternoon, right? And obviously, most
Scary shit
spooky
only
shit
happens at night,
happens
man. Everyone knows that.
when it's night. And the one thing that happened in this house, I don't think this house is haunted because I've been here
Just
for
got a
almost 5
traveling
years.
spirit.
I think probably I was asleep one day, right? And I swear I have like some sleep condition because my brother has what is
Sleep paralysis?
Apnea? No, I've never had. Well, I guess this would consider me. I don't know what this fucking was.
Oh, actually, I can tell some stories about that too. Yeah.
So there was one time I'm sleeping, right? Typical thing: glasses on, AirPods in, phone is dead. I felt like, right,
As one does.
uncomfortable, like
Wake
all
up
underneath my
sweating
bed.
like a motherfucker.
I'm like, I wake up, and for some reason, don't know what the fuck happened. I turn around. I sleep on my stomach, you know this. So I turn around, and I open my eyes. My room is complete darkness, but somehow in the complete darkness, I saw a figure that was to my ceiling. You know how big this
That
shit
might
is.
be
It's
my
a
same
lot.
guy.
It's
That might be my guy. That's my guy too.
It looked like.
Was it Hat Man?
I didn't think he had a hat. I
have the Hat Man without the hat.
I don't think he had a hat.
I have a figure. I just get a figure.
So it was a figure, long, thin, black figure from like this much. That's a lot of wall to cover, right? I'm 6 feet. That's a lot of feet, right? And I'm seeing this somehow in the complete. He's darker than dark. I don't know how the fuck that happens. I'm like, oh shit! I get up. I can't get up.
Classic.
I'm just like,
yeah, you just gotta hit the.
doing this shit.
That's never happened to me. That's so scary.
Right? And I'm just like, I'm trying to move whatever, and eventually I get up and I flick the light off. I got no glasses on, right? Oh, holy shit!
Oh my god!
Surprise guest!
He
from
looks
Beetlejuice.
He looks quite spooky.
The juice is loose.
Oh my god.
The
Juice is loose.
Yes.
Let's go.
Holy shit! Welcome to the
I'm in
pod,
middle of
Axel.
Sleep paralysis.
My
story.
past 3 guests are just here. Oh my god, Axel all dimmed the hell up in the
Looks
Beetlejuice.
good. Effort was made.
Damn, I literally just put it on.
Was that you or Thea? Be honest.
This was all Thea.
Yeah.
Shout out Thea. Shout out Thea.
Where we at?
I'm in the middle of telling a sleep paralysis, which I think
We've just gone through our first round of scary stories.
Oh.
Yeah. Oh. Damn, you became the
Jesus
actual demon.
Christ!
Holy
Oh my
shit.
god! Is that the
Holy-
bitch? Is that the Undertaker?
Holy shit.
What the fuck?
Oh my god, you became an actual demon.
Maybe a little light, Axel. God damn!
Anyways, so I flicked the light on, right? No glasses on. I'm like looking, I'm squinting, there's nothing there. I'm just standing in the middle of my room in this area right here. Just looking around. My mom hears me because she was probably using the bathroom. She's like, what happened? What happened? I'm like, she just see me sweaty, out of breath, like hunched over.
Because you like,
I'm
Axel. Sorry. Context. He had sleep paralysis.
I see.
the only time I ever had it. I'm just like, and my mom was like, thinks I'm having, I don't know. She was like, what? Give us up. And I'm like, what? I look at my mom and say, what? And she's like, what are you doing? I'm like, what? I was so disorientated. I just asked her what. I knew what she was saying, but I was just confused.
Dude,
I was like, what?
So you have that too, where like you wake up and you're still in like a dream state where you just accept things that happen as like, that checks out. Because the other week I'm in fucking bed. Tammin's not here again. It's becoming a recurring thing. I'm just chilling and
Seeing his second family.
and I wake up and I hear like just. Because I'll wake up sometimes. It's like 10 in the morning, and I'll wake up and I hear it's like 10. It's like 9 o'clock. I just hear like this. And I know the day before people were doing construction, like on the roof or some shit. I'm like, okay, they're just working, whatever, right? Like 25 minutes later, I'm back asleep. I'm honk schnoo. You see what I'm wearing.
EP.
I wake up to just my door opening and a random motherfucker just comes into my room. He's like, "Oh, my bad." I'm like, "You're good."
What do you mean? What do you mean?
Is this like a friend?
So I'm like, "No, never seen this person in my life."
What do you mean?
I've never seen him again either.
And I'm half asleep. Because I'm half asleep. I'm like, "Oh, you're fine. Everyone makes it."
And then you look back there.
And then he goes and leaves, and I just get up out of bed, and I'm like I hit the.
What?
The fuck? Who the fuck was that? We were getting a new internet provider installed, and no one decided to tell me.
Oh.
So these motherfuckers just got into the apartment and started installing shit, and they had to go through
How
my
did they
room to
get
get
in
it.
there?
Beats fucking me.
You don't lock your doors, nigga?
It's called trespassing, Juan.
Like, I don't know.
Like
Better be glad I didn't have the shotgun trap set up that night. Holy shit.
Tripwire.
Yeah, the tripwire fallout shotgun trap. I have a mini nuke attached to it.
Jesus Christ.
I don't get sleep paralysis as much anymore. I don't think I've even gotten it here. I get it. I used to have it a lot at my dad's house on his couch specifically. That's been since thrown out. But I used to have it, and I used to have what you had, one. I used to have the shadow. I never had the Hat Man. I had the Hat Man without the hat, if that makes sense.
It's just a
The
man.
Yeah, the man. I had the
long
man.
black figure with like
I'm man.
weirdly proportioned.
Man with the helmet.
I had the man.
The man. TM.
And it would be the same thing, Juan. Like I'd just wake up, like I'd just be just looking at him in the corner.
Just looking at him.
Couldn't do anything, and then I had to fight myself to wake back up. Even back, actually, back in the pandemic, I used to go to my grandma's before I could drive. I used to go to my grandma's house and they do schoolwork, quote unquote, like virtual, and never did it. And And I'd always like be like, okay, it's afternoon now, it's time to take a nap, and I'd just go sleep in this chair that used to be my great grandma's chair. I used to go and sleep in it, and sometimes, just as I'm falling asleep or just as I'm waking up, I could feel. It's the worst feeling ever. You could feel the sleep paralysis creeping in. Like you could feel your muscles shut down, and you'd have to, and I just have to fight to stay awake, and I have to fight to like wake myself back up before it like takes effect. Actual fucking worst.
Gosh,
That sucked.
this has never happened to me. That is so crazy.
And we'll see, and this is why I'm a stomach sleeper too, because if I sleep on my back, it always happens. It's never happened if I sleep anywhere else. It's always on my back.
You gotta be ready.
Mm-hmm.
Grandma houses they got weird energies to them.
Grandma
I
houses.
think all of them do. Grandma houses. My grandma's apartment. Well, I mean apartment because New York City. But my grandma's apartment wasn't haunted, but she had a lot of dolls and glass figurines and whatever else old grandmas do, right? And one of those dolls are up there, actually. Interesting enough. No, it's actually down here. It's lower. Oh shit. Anyways, because my grandma would pick us up from school and make us nap. I do not know why.
Make you
this would be me
Quick,
and my
put the
cousins.
sleeping cap on, yeah.
We'll go take a nap, right? And then there was one of these days that she would babysit it, but it wasn't just my family. It was like my family friends and all that, their kids. And one time, I'm sleeping,
As one does.
comfy, grandma beds, they comfy shit.
Me.
I'm sleeping, and I hear rustling. I just think it's one of the kids that's sleeping in the same room because it's a big room, like 6 beds in it. So I just think it's one of those. I hear rustling. I'm like, it's not here. I'm just like, nobody. Now I because I wasn't full REM yet, so I'm just like, okay, so looking around. There's nobody on the other beds.
Who's there? Yeah.
I'm just like, I'm a little kid, so I haven't, I wouldn't, nowadays I would be like, just go back to sleep. I get up. No one's in the house. Not even the adults. I'm a kid. I'm a child at this point. I am like in elementary school. And there's no one in the house.
Are you sure
I'm
this
just
wasn't
like,
a dream? Like you wake up in a liminal space?
Because I didn't go back to sleep. So I sat on the couch and did one of these. I sat on the couch in front of the door just until she came in. I don't know who the fuck touched me. Who knows?
You got diddled.
I did get diddled.
Did you feel the baby oil?
I'm curious to see Axel. Axel, you've told me some stories.
Axel's got plenty of good stories.
He lives in bumfuck nowhere.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know why I'm a magnet for this kind of shit, but a lot of just paranormal shit follows me. So what is it? We got 3? We got.
Well, I say 3. We're just
maybe.
going through it. Like those are backup. We're telling real stories right now.
Yeah.
Okay.
Although I don't think you have to research any stories.
Yeah,
I think you're
gotta-
covered.
I'm gonna start small and then I'm gonna work my way up because I'm not just gonna.
Oh yeah.
The first real paranormal thing that ever happened to me was, like, I would come home from church, because I was a
Good Christian
old
boy.
Christian boy for the first 2 decades of my life, and every now and again, my Xbox, the original one where you had to press the actual button, to like eject a disc or turn it on and off, we always had it vertical. And just for some reason, the only person in the house at any given time was like my father. Every single time without fail, the disc was somehow just on the ground, perfectly flat in front of it, almost every Sunday. Could be a cat. We had cats. Could just be a cat. Just
Every Sunday be like, oh, it's eject time.
it's eject time. Now that usually
Is
does.
Self-eject or something? Is that a thing?
No idea. I never got the answer to that.
This is why we don't choose Xbox.
Fair.
Kidding.
Now, this was like the light of my light paranormal stuff in my childhood, stuff that happened around me, but nothing never actually happened to me. Then one night, I'm in my bed, and I had just listened to a creepypasta
Oh,
about
As
the
one
rake.
did.
And
what?
the rake,
oh.
Great.
which is like a skinny humanoid creature with like long fingers and like no.
You made a video of that, didn't you?
I have no idea.
In your
I have,
school, like for projects or something?
Slenderman was my
Yes.
rake back in the
I-
day.
Yeah.
I did.
I remember.
Slenderman was also my rake, but this was specifically a story where you would wake up and the whole bit was the main character saw the rake sitting at the end of their bed with its back to them, and then it turned and ran out the door. And my brain, I read it, I was like, "Ooh, I'm too spooked for one night," so I went back to bed.
Mm.
And then
Too spooked.
too spooked, and so I laid my head down on my left side, and I'm like, something doesn't feel right. So I turn over to my right side, and I just something's not right either. And I turn again, and I feel at like the middle part of my bed where my back is. You know when someone sits on your bed and you feel the weight shift?
Yep.
A little dip, yeah.
It was this slow, like 10-second dip. I fucking moved, and I was like, I don't like this. What the fuck is going on? And at this point, where my bedroom was, I was facing a mirror. And my eyes were closed.
First mistake. Why are you sleeping in a room with a mirror?
I was
Well, I
8
have a
years old,
mirror.
electric.
I'm not. Listen, I'm not caught
Ray
up in any shit
totally
like
doesn't
this.
have a mirror.
I'm not caught. I
or
don't.
anything.
Listen, I don't believe in any shit like that. But you'll be damned if you catch me sleeping in front of a mirror. They're portals,
Dude.
man.
I kind of sleep in front of a mirror.
Front?
I didn't know.
I don't know. I don't say my mirror's in front, but yeah.
But
It's just because if you like wake up, you'll see yourself and get scared.
I don't know. But in my head, I go, if I see a fucking rake in this mirror, I don't know what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna run, do something.
Go through the
Oh,
I
window.
look up. I'll open my eyes. I look up. No one. Nothing there. Nothing. Not that night. That was the last time something like that happened physically.
Mm-mm. Okay.
But this house, around this time, when I'd be left alone, full-on boot footsteps around the
Oh,
entire
hell no.
house. Heavy boots. Stomping. Around everywhere. I'd be in the basement, hear shit on the first floor, scared
Oh my
half to death, looking around the entire house, being like, someone's in this house with me.
Yeah.
I know what I heard. Nothing.
Yeah.
Never.
That's the worst
Oh,
feeling.
no.
Is the feeling of just not even. You have no evidence. You just feel like there's someone else there or something
Feel
else.
cornered.
Yeah, you do feel funny.
Shall I continue, or does someone else would
Let's
like
have a
to
little
I
talk?
was
break.
gonna
We'll
make a
take
comment.
we'll
I was
take
gonna make a comment that the imagery of the rake, like no clothes, like hunched over,
Hitting the
like
thinker pose on your
backward,
bed.
right? That's exactly what Axel did when we were in Buffalo, and he was eating Takis at 3 a.m. And Randy like walked into the kitchen. He was shirtless, and he was doing that same thing. He was like,
Fridge open for some reason.
the Takis weren't in the fridge.
Sleep eating, bro? You sleep eating?
My hair was in a bonnet, I think,
He
at this
was-
point too.
Fuck.
Like that same image, and I wish I was the one that saw it. But Randy, he woke up to piss, saw that, and just pissed, and then went back to bed. And paid no mind to it. And that's just what happened.
I've had my. It's the same as you said, actually. It's like nothing has happened directly to me. It's just shit around me. So like back at my dad's house, he used to work night shift, so he'd be gone in the night, and I'd stay up and like watch this is back when I was like watching Game of Thrones, like late 2022, and I'd just stay up watching Game of Thrones or some shit till like the AM, and my dad's house is in the middle of nowhere, fields all around it, woods behind it, like fucked completely.
Never catch me in that position,
Done.
but-
Darkness all around. And we have motion lights. And when I tell you, just
Uh-oh.
periodically through the night, they'd just go off
Mm.
and they'd stay on for like 15 minutes.
Mm-mm.
The dog sometimes would just get up and look out the window. I'd see where I'm sitting in the living room. I could just see a bit of an angle into the kitchen, and there's windows in the kitchen that look out towards the fields and shit. And I just see orbs, glowing lights. And like it's not like car you can see like 2 car beams. It's like just one, just like
Ooh.
just going around. So I
Let
just
them in.
I just had the rules like, okay, well, as long as I don't interact with it, I should be fine. And I've never had anything happen, so I did good. Maybe I should have just said fuck it, let's find out, and just ran outside.
No.
Welcome them in. You should always welcome them in, Electric.
Yeah.
They're cold. Let them in.
Okay.
I feel like because I've lived in an apartment, I haven't gotten the full range of spooky shit happen. But then I also lived in this house, and not much.
See, I've had nothing here. Like nothing's ever happened here, besides
Like,
strangers entering my home, or things going clink and clank in the night.
That's great. And you never found out who the person was. They
No,
just
the
walked in and
internet
was
people. It's
over.
internet people.
It was
And I can
fucking
continue that story. So it's
crazy.
internet providers like, oh yeah, you're getting a new landline. I'm like, I didn't pay for that. They're like, oh yeah, you have to pay for it. I have access to it, but we have to put it in.
Internet got like installers. I thought you meant just like someone from the internet. I'm like, that is not good.
Oh, what? No, what?
YouTube, I remember.
It's like the Court of Owls.
Holy
Just like
shit!
random people you met on the internet. You're like, yeah, just someone from the internet.
It's
showed
just
in my
me.
house.
What if I just randomly walk into your house?
I mean, real.
I just be like, hey, and you'd be like, hey,
What?
Yeah.
what?
Oh my
Yeah.
gosh.
If it was that easy for
Stop.
them to get in, I'll fucking get in. Don't worry about it.
No, it's
bro.
people with internet providers, and then matter of fact, later that fucking day, I'm sleeping. Because I was already that night before. I should have known, right? The night I was going to bed before this happened, like the morning of. I'm going to bed. I'm like, time to get my full 8 hours of sleep. It's cool. I'm about to get restful night of sleep. And then of course I get woken up at 9:30 to this shit. I stay awake for an hour because they have to go and install it through my fucking closet, run it through the living room. Bullshit.
Oh my
I
gosh.
finally get back to bed. It's like 10:30. I'm like, okay, I can salvage this. I can get like a clean 7 hours of sleep. I go to sleep for another hour and a half, and then I hear another motherfucker comes knocking at my door. Not related at all to the internet people. He's here to fix the toilet that's been broken for 4 months.
Jeez,
He fixes that. Don't worry about it. He comes
Where
in.
were you?
He comes in. Don't worry about it. Okay, my closet's perfectly fine. Another 4 months go by. What? Another he does it lickety split, right? He does it quick.
Him.
He does it quick, and then he leaves.
Oh.
And I'm like, it's fucking 1 o'clock. I have to be up in 15 minutes. And I just lost sleep. I was a terrible fucking day. That's the real scary. That's the real horror.
Oh, you didn't get 8 hours. Oh no.
I have a
This man
physique.
actually probably hasn't slept.
You know, he's not even wearing makeup. This is how he looks. And he's got like a cum shot by the Joker, I guess. I don't know.
I got jonklered.
Damn.
Listen, Electric, you talk about motion lights. Listen. We lived. Want to see my father's house? It's like the suburbs, but it's like in more woodsy areas. And this is around the area where I had other paranormal experiences that I will touch upon later that are far more scary than what this is.
Well, I can tell one of the stories I know. That one's good.
I'm gonna tell both of them. Actually, there was a bit of an update to one of them. It would be like in the wintertime. And we had motion lights in the front of the house, which were just like these 2 lantern lights that would go into the front. And I'd be shoveling the driveway. And it would be like 10 or 11. Because I was the crazy one to layer up and then just kind of just sit in the snow like a husky.
Okay, you're
Real.
And I would just sit there. And I wouldn't be moving. It'd be dead quiet. It was like that snow where you couldn't hear a damn thing because it was so soft.
Oh my goodness.
And I hear the light turn on. And one time, I heard something walking around me.
in the dark.
No, in the light.
Oh,
But the way the light was I couldn't see it because the snow was just soft enough where I couldn't see about 5 feet in front of me. And I was sitting there, like in like a crook of snow like this. To get out, I have to like dig myself out. I'm sitting like a husky, just if I die here, I die here.
It's over.
And I just hear it. And right where like the light stops, I'm sitting in a crevice where there is no light, but I can see it. It's just a deer. But you know how deer usually walk in like packs?
Yeah.
It's just one fucking deer.
Oh, I have good stories about that too. This kind of leads
And
into
it
my
just-
next segue too.
and it just walked away. Now that time was just a deer, just because it didn't really. It just looked at me and got spooked, and then it.
Yeah.
The classic deer maneuver.
But I have stories later that Juan and Electric know
Mhm.
that are like a trilogy. I can officially say it's a trilogy now.
Oh, God.
trilogy. Holy shit.
So
I was gonna touch on the deer because obviously back where my folks live, it's just woods and shit, just rural roads, just dotting it. So it's always deer, just random
Electric.
animals and shit.
real quick, Thea thinks this would go perfect for your costume.
Kind of too
Love.
late.
Look at what he has. He has a candle.
Oh,
Hold on, where's the lamp that you got me? Hold on.
Oh yeah,
the monkey lamp.
I got him the monkey lamp. Where's the monkey lamp? Is it not plugged in? Let there be light. He was at a full-on Ebenezer Scrooge. This motherfucker hates Christmas
It doesn't
and poor
work.
people.
It doesn't work because it's been sitting on a shelf, but
The monkey lamp.
Monkey.
Monkey lamp.
Oh, it's almost been a year since monkey lamp.
Monkey lamp. There you
keep going off. I'm awake.
Oh.
But
So
anyways.
deer. So deer.
So like we're talking driving experiences. Now Juan, obviously you wouldn't have as much for this, but you would just see some weird shit driving in rural North Carolina late at night.
I would assume.
Mm-hmm. It's been like the road trips I used to do back up to my friends like who live like an hour away, and I'd stop, and I'd never. I think it was like when I was going to see the fucking Spider-Man movies, and it was like, and the theater was like two hours away. So I was driving back and forth, and it was I think it was the first night when I saw Spider-Man 1, and I'm on the way back, I'm alone, and I'm like, okay, I really have to piss, and nothing's open because it's like 11 o'clock, and I'm like, I'm in the middle of nowhere. I'm like, okay, I'll turn onto like one of the turnoffs, like one of the exits, just the ramps. There's no one there. First exit I turn off of, line of cars. I'm like, what the fuck are we doing? What are we doing? So then I keep going and I get on one exit and there's no one there. So I get out. And I do my little thing. I gotta let it out, right? So I'm hitting the
You did the.
yeah. And when I tell you, because you can, I've come accustomed to the sound of deer, like the little tread and trotting and shit. And then when I tell you that it doesn't sound like that, and it just sounds like something heavier, something bigger, something meaner. When I tell you that I've never pissed so fast in my life, and I've gotten back in my car, I'm like, if it's a bear, then they gotta catch me. I've encountered disappearing cars around here, like cars that are just like you can see their headlights or their taillights or something, and then they'll just blink and then they're gone. Shit like that. I've never encountered it, but I think it was my dad. Maybe it was my dad. Like I've had a story of like some people who like this long stretch of road right by my dad's house. It's like maybe 2 miles long, straight road. I used to race down there. I think I've hit like, God, I may have hit like 120 up there one time. Irrelevant. Actually, maybe it's relevant because I think I would have won the race because
Oh my god.
people will say like you're driving down the road and like there's a shit ton of deer. My dad's seen bears and shit, but apparently there's just times where there's just a dude. Nighttime too. Nighttime. Who will run.
Nigga. I can imagine you, bro.
Just- I would have hit that shit so fast, but no, I've never encountered it. But local cryptids and shit, which I mean, you just encounter, I guess. I don't know. Any driving stories, Ray? I'd imagine. What the fuck happens up there? What local cryptids you got?
The bag lady.
The what?
Bag lady.
The fucking what?
Dude, who is that?
She's just this lady who walks like really old lady, but like she's been around.
She's been
I just
old
saw
since
her.
1983.
Yeah, it's like that's kind of how it feels, like she's been old since forever. And I just saw her like last month at the gas station. She's just this lady that walks
But Ray,
around.
she's been dead for 18 years.
My neighborhood. She's like long white hair, and shoes made out of duct tape. And she just walks around like hunched over with her head down, up and down the highway to the gas stations. And she has like 2 big plastic bags like filled with stuff. And so people like around where I live, they're like interested. Like people try to talk to her, but she just yells at them. Obviously, there's something not like right going on there. But anyway, so people would try to take a picture of her or like talk to her, and like she would get like she would just start yelling at them. But yeah, so anyway, someone figures out, like takes a picture or something, or so what I've heard, and I've been up close to her, like maybe like a yard away from her. She used to come around to my bus stop. Her plastic bags, everyone's like, "What's in the bags? What's in the bags?" It's just more plastic bags, just more plastic bags, like hundreds
Intriguing
of plastic bags
figures.
inside. Yeah, and like she just walks around. She goes up and down the highway. She's like at this part of the state and then down at the bottom, and she gets there all by foot. And like people are like, "Oh, she's like from a rich family," and they like outcast her, or she's like this or that or
People love
whatever.
to talk,
I don't.
yeah.
Yeah, I don't really know exactly like what her origin is, but yeah, she's a real person. She just walks around
She's
and
just chilling.
yeah, and she
She
like
likes
cleans
bags.
leaves off the side of the road a lot. That's like her new thing. I've never seen her do that before until like maybe I started high school.
She's
Like
evolving.
yeah, she
She's learning new traits.
she cleans the cracks and she cleans leaves off, or she like pushes them in piles, and I don't know. But
She
I've left
seems
her
chill to
alone.
me.
She's chill. I've left her alone. Never talked to her. I just see her sometimes, and
Yeah, what's up, Ethel? Yeah, just a little wave.
Oh.
Little wave.
she's like our little cryptid, I suppose. Not like.
And
She's
what
like
are
a horror
your
person.
Halloween plans, Axel?
Well, to hand out candy to trick-or-treaters and not come into contact with the thing that's been following me for like the last 4 years.
Yeah,
Uh,
gotta watch out for that thing. We can go ahead and get to it now. Ray's been held
Been
in
4
suspense long
years,
enough.
holy
It's time.
shit.
It's time we go over the trilogy. Oh yeah,
The makeup does so much more when
it
there's
really
no light.
does.
It really
It's the
does.
eye.
You
It's
look
the
like
eyes.
a demon. Yeah.
Like what's it called? Portrait of God, where it's like just a little glow.
Oh
and
yeah,
then-
that's a good movie.
Okay. Is this dramatic enough for this part of the story?
Oh, quite. Do tell. Do
Oh.
tell.
Okay. Love. I was gonna have her look at the webcam because it does her makeup justice. Whatever. A few years ago, I lived in this apartment in like near my old hometown, and where this location was, love.
Texting me.
Oh, you want to look at the webcam. Look at what it's doing. Pause.
Absolutely ghoulish.
Ghoulish.
Why do you look so white?
I'm just pale. I'm ginger. I'm Irish.
White enough.
No makeup required.
Focus. Focus.
Ah!
You just-
Okay. So I used to live in this old apartment building, and there was like this little parking lot. Grant, my God, apartments with parking lots took them for granted until I moved to the city of Buffalo. Juan knows what I'm talking about.
Oh yeah.
But there was this like tree line that separated the apartment lot parking lot from this elderly home that was right behind it. And I was taking my girlfriend out to her car one night, and I was just talking to her, just dead on like this, and then just to like above her left shoulder, see this deer walking it's the silhouette of a deer walking the tree line, and I'm like, oh, because around there it's like normal, like deer, and all of a sudden I see 4 legs turn into 2, and I just see it bipedally walk into the tree line. And I see this, and Thea hasn't seen this, so then I just look at her and I go, Thea, you need to leave right now. You need to go. Because I played until dawn. I can't be having this shit happen right now. And she's like, well, what's good? I'm like, it does, just go. And it got even worse. Because then apparently she said on her drive home, she thought in the corner of her eye, she could see something running next to her car while she was trying to drive home, matching her speed at 45 miles an hour. That night ended there. That's part 1.
Episode 1.
Part 2.
The squeakle.
I tell this story to my group of friends at this place that we hammock at Old Fort Niagara. And the whole bit of this fort is that this was a battleground area for the French Indian War. There's a lot of indigenous dead bodies strewn about the grounds around here. And I start telling this story, and it's a clear night. There's no clouds, there's no wind, there's no weather pattern that should be happening at this moment. And I just about get to the part where I say the deer stands up on its hind legs. My one friend goes, "You don't need to finish. Like, you don't need to finish." And then the wind picks up violently. Like, there's no leaves on the ground, and suddenly leaves appear on the ground, and it's like hitting
You
us.
triggered the cutscene, yeah.
It looks like the beginning of a Goosebumps movie, bro.
Yeah. And so we grab our shit, we go, okay, we get the message, we're just gonna leave. And then my car is parked facing where we just were, and all our trip back, like as we're walking back, I can just feel something staring at the back of my head. Like, you know when you feel that sixth sense?
Mm-hmm.
Someone is looking at you. I'm just walking, and I'm like, I swear to fucking God, this cannot, not right now. And so we get to my car.
I got videos edited, not right now, bro.
Not right now. And so we get in my car, and I'm about to turn my lights on, and I'm facing where we just were, and I'm like, I swear to God, if I turn my lights on, and I just see a figure, I'm gonna shit myself. And nothing was there. That's part 2.
No.
Is that as far as we are aware?
Yeah, I believe so.
Part 2 ends there, but then a little later, Thea and I saw a deer on the ride back.
Hmm.
And I was like, oh, a deer. Thea was like, I don't think that's a deer. And so I sped up. And then we drove faster. But that's where
Fuck deer.
Fuck deer. That's where it ends for you guys.
Mm-hmm. That's the last lore we received, yes.
Part 3 happened about a month ago.
Okay.
So I was walking in the cemetery near my father's house.
As one does, I guess. What?
It's
White
a very
people.
peaceful. It's a very peaceful place.
Okay.
It's somewhere I walked during COVID.
Apparently not anymore.
After this, I've been real sketched out. I was just waltzing. It was daylight. It was daylight.
Oh, okay. It's not as bad.
But this was around the time in the summer when suddenly 7:30 is a little dark.
Mm.
And I don't realize that until around 6:30, 6:45-ish. I'm walking, and I'm about to walk up this one path. And I'm looking down at the ground. And I just have this feeling to look up. And I just see a buck like this.
Staring at your shit?
About 10 feet away from me. Close enough to where I'm like, if this thing could easily just fucking read me.
It can clear the distance.
It can clear the distance. And I'm just, about 5 minutes, I'm just like this.
You're just staring at it?
You both look like deers in headlights.
Mm-hmm.
Dude.
And so I start to,
Yeah, as one does, yeah.
I'm maintaining eye contact because I'm like, I
Cannot take your chances.
see you. And I start walking away. This motherfucker, for about 10 minutes, with some distance, follows me. And I'm like, I know for a goddamn fact. And that just reminded me. This is actually part 4. There's another part to this story I completely forgot about.
Oh my goodness.
I do a lap. He disappears. Don't know where he went. I go, okay. He ran away.
Axel, when I tell you that the second I lost eye contact with him, the second I lost visual of him, that I was breaking the sound barrier to get back to where I was going.
I decided if he's trying to fight, he can run it around for round 2 if he wants to.
He
So
can
I took my
spin the
chances.
block.
He can spin the block.
Nah.
It was daylight.
So you was brave.
Shouldn't have made his
You were
presence
daylight.
known. And then I start walking again. And in the distance, who the fuck do I see? I see the And I'm like, this motherfucker.
Spun the block. He spun the block.
He's spinning it.
Run.
He's actively
spun it.
he's spinning.
He spun it.
And then again, I lose visual on him. And I'm like, where the fuck did he go? I walk, I look down for 1 minute, and all I hear is and I look up, he is 5 feet away from me, he gets scared and he runs away. That's how it scared the living shit out of me, because all I heard, I saw him like this. He was ready. But then I guess I got too close to him and he just his
You just have
anxiety.
such big muscles, so you just get him off, bro.
Yeah.
That was so weird. Did you like hurt a deer or something? Like
What if
You
who
know,
would be
last
wrong,
night-
Daxel?
hit a deer?
I don't know.
Yeah.
But something else was looking for me because I was at the falls about a week before that, and a fox was following me. I don't know what that was about, but
Well, foxes are good spirits in some cultures, so
something was.
Some.
Axel,
Someone
we
was
have to
looking
get
out
to the
for
bottom
you.
of this. We gotta
He
get to
was
the bottom of
stopping
this.
the deer from getting you.
When I get up there, I'm getting to the bottom
We
of
gotta
this.
we gotta take you to the deer king.
I'm a spirit
and, like,
detective.
So you gotta get the penance.
Dude, if I ever, the thing is, whenever I'm in Lockport, there's a part of my brain where it's like, if I see this motherfucker, as if like it's a person.
It's
I-
one. It's
I
one
need a
dude.
gun.
It's one dude in like a fucking deer's body that just keeps coming after you.
You've already created eternal ops with this man.
If I die and I get to the pearly gates and there's just a deer like Adventure Time, he just
deer?
goes,
Oh, like an Adventure Time.
Mhm.
He fucking took. That was a fucked up episode. Holy shit.
No, I need to take you to the actual most haunted place in America, the fucking Appalachian.
Oh, dude,
Yeah, that's a yeah.
Let me take you to the fucking mountains.
dude, I'm like a radar gun.
I know. How'd you
for-
feel? How'd you feel the vibes when we were driving through there? I mean, we didn't drive through there through nighttime, so maybe we were fine.
Thing is, I feel mostly okay in a car. If you get me on foot,
Oh yeah.
it's immediately like,
Oh, I know what we're doing next time. No, my friend actually told me this last month. My friend Jacob, he used to go to school out in the mountains. He used to be up there,
Hell no.
and he told me that it was one night. This maybe last year or some shit. He used to just go out there, drink, party, do whatever, and he had this one spot on the top of or not on the top of the mountain, like on a road going up the mountain, and it's like one of the view spots. Like you can just get out and just look over like like one of the national forests or some shit. Great view. He used to just go up there and just chill. And it was one night he's up there by himself drinking. He's sitting there on the top of his Jeep. It's just him, completely dark out. There's no lights or anything. There's no housing, nothing. It's a mountain, and he's just overlooking the park. And he hears some branches behind him, and then he hears his girlfriend at the time call his name.
Oh. Uh-oh.
And he tells me, he goes, when I tell you that I just hit this, he hit the and just looked straight forward, just and slowly got down to the roof of his car and just slowly climbed into his driver's seat. He's like, if this car doesn't start, I'm gonna take the gun out of my fucking out of my glove box and fucking shoot myself before they can get to me. He
Holy
puts
shit.
his hand in ignition. The Jeep
is what he
starts, and when he tells me he hit like 80 miles an hour going flying down a mountain road, holy shit. Could
Bro,
not
you guys
be
get all the interesting
me.
stories, bro. No,
Because
like,
we're here.
like one of the spookiest shit wasn't even paranormal, but it was it was kind of funny. I'm sleeping. This is my own apartment. Again, spookier place for sure. I'm sleeping, blah blah. And again, it's that sense of like you feel like someone's looking at you, right? And I'm not in full sleep here. I'm kind of tossing turning. I turn. I open my eyes. Just a nigga over me looking down. I swing, obviously. Boom, right? This is like years ago. And it's just my brother saying, what the fuck? I'm like, what do you mean, what the fuck? You two seen my brother. He's a big guy.
Yeah.
He's a big, like...
he's a big
bald-headed
Dominican
dude.
man.
Big Dominican boy.
man. And so I just... I hit him in like the rib, right? Because I was lower, so I was just like, if I'm gonna get kidnapped, I'm fighting first, right? Like I still got my fucking blanket up to here. I did boom. Right? He was what the fuck? He turns the light on, And I'm like, why you? What do you mean? What the fuck? What are you doing? He's like, how did I get here? I'm like, nigga, I
That's
was
actually
asleep.
happened to me.
He's a sleepwalker, by the way.
Well,
He's
see,
a
there's
soldier
my
as
thing.
well.
There's my thing. I'm not a sleepwalker, but I've had it where I've gone to sleep and just woken up in a different location.
I've never no. That's some weird
in your
shit,
house?
bro.
Like, yeah, so like I'd just sleep in my bedroom at my dad's house when I was a kid, and then I would wake up on the couch that I'd have sleep paralysis on. I just wake up on the couch and I'm like, well, I sure as hell don't recall.
The demon wants to visit you again.
Like I
That's
sure
the
as
bad
hell,
bit.
Bless you.
I sure as hell don't recall waking up or going into this couch in the midst of the night. Like it's just
So
scary shit.
my brother just like ends up whispering something under his breath, walks out, leaves my door and light on. I'm like, bro, motherfucker. Like now I gotta get up off the bed to like turn the light off and close my door. Cause I'm sorry, if you sleep with your door open, you're a demon. I don't give a fuck.
Oh, absolutely.
There's
It's like sleeping with a
something
mirror
wrong with
in your
you.
room.
I mean, you see what my mirror is. It's not technically in front of where I would look at it.
It's just bad juju. It's like taking two different directions around one thing.
Oh, like splitting the pole.
Splitting the pole. Yeah. Like that.
So my brother leaves. I'm just like, what the fuck?
Or like,
I'm
when a black cat crosses the road in front of you, you're supposed to draw a little X on your windshield.
Are
That's too
you,
much.
bitch? If
Listen, I don't believe it either, but I'll still do it, okay? Just because you never know.
Pussy.
I will break every mirror and I will go under every ladder. I don't give a shit.
You see salt?
And now you're wondering why you're stalked by the fucking deer god, you son of a bitch.
the deer demon.
If he wants some, he can spin the block.
Imagine you just crash.
It'd be crazy. We wake up one night in the Airbnb in Tennessee and Axel's just outside throwing hands with the fucking deer.
He's shirtless. He got no shoes on.
with a bonnet, just
Like that night we gaslit Ryan and something actually happened.
Yeah, we're gaslighting.
We were at Ryan's house and we gaslit him for
I remember that part because I was scaring the shit out of him
yeah.
because he was reacting a little too hard and it was feeding.
He was really into the idea of
He was
this.
really into it. I was telling him, Juan knows this. I was feeding these stories to him, and he was reacting bigger and bigger. And me, being an asshole, I kept making the story bigger and bigger. And then
Right, love.
love you, Ryan. And then he went outside, and what does Electric fucking do? He runs out to the back window and goes, "Help! Help!"
Okay, well no, because like I think what did he leave in the car? He left something in the car outside.
His sword. That's
Yeah, I was gonna say his sword, his
We'd
samurai sword.
and we'd
or
been
something.
talking up. We'd been talking up SWs the whole fucking night, and it doesn't help that when we were talking there was the big ass fucking glass
And it was
window,
just black outside. It was just so
completely
dark.
darkness. So
just
then yeah, he
dark.
goes outside, and I'm like, oh, I run to the back window of the room, and I just go out there, help me. And then Ryan just comes back. He's like, very funny, guys. What are you talking about, man?
You gaslit this motherfucker.
What are you talking about, man?
I don't even know. What?
What?
You've been here the whole time.
I've been here the whole time. Fuck, it's so good. Tennessee's a weird spot for like creepy shit. It's just the Appalachia region that just has just a lot of like, there's just shit that we don't know about out there, man. I don't know.
I'm one that I love the search and rescue creepypastas, and all I know is if I see a staircase in the middle of the woods, I don't fucking approach it. I don't.
Dude.
If there's anything man-made in the forest, I don't go towards it. I don't even look at
Oh,
it.
you're gonna love the
I
video I
even-
have coming out tomorrow. Then, so I went to the
Bro,
woods.
During COVID, I watched the staircase shit. I'm in my fucking apartment and I'm freaking the fuck out. Like,
There's not even a tree within like 2 miles of you, and you're just
hey, there's a tree outside my window. You can suck my dick.
a
bitch.
tree
Oh,
a
singular.
on a plot of land like this big.
It's a little bigger. It's like this.
The concrete
Like,
jungle.
I went to the woods, filmed the video. There's man-made shit out there. Tractors, trucks, old ass
Dumping
farming
grounds.
equipment, dumbass farming equipment, staircases, doors,
Dude, one time one of
pages,
my old friends
weird pages I found out there too. It's a little weird.
Mm.
with stick figures, just scribbled on. I don't know.
Yeah,
that's
no.
One of my old friends brought me like to the woods near like there's like a development near my father's house, and there's like a plot of woods. And he brought me out there. He's like, "Come on, let's go look." And I was like, "Oh, trust my friend." This was when I was very naive, and we were looking around, and there's like old trucks out there, and my brain for a split second grew a consciousness and went, "Why are there trucks out here? Who put these here? There's trees everywhere. How'd this get out here?" And I went, "Hey Al, I'm not gonna name drop him. Can we go back? I don't know what's out here." And he's like, "No, let's go deeper." I'm like, "I want to go back." The one time I had survival instinct. The one time.
The one time it
"Can you
kicked
take me
in.
back, please?" I don't.
The only time.
Story.
Oh, go ahead.
Yes. This is true actually. This happened like around this time last year, maybe like December, January. There was this guy in jail around I guess where I live, a serial killer.
Never
I
a good start to a story, might I mention.
What defines you as a serial killer? Like 3 or more or something like that. So but anyway,
Something like that.
he escaped jail here where I live, and I think for like a month or two he was running around like Pennsylvania area, and they couldn't find him. And so they had to one day I wanted to go to this like place that has like a lot of gardens, flowers, and like mazes and stuff, and it's kind of you have to pay to get in, but like I'm sure you could like sneak in if you really wanted to. And so I called them on the phone. I was like, "Oh, I wanted to like book tickets." And there's like an automatic message, and it's like, "We're closed down because of like this guy that's been on the loose. Like apparently he was on the property, like just roaming through like the mazes and the flowers and like shit like that. Just like fucking
How
crazy."
do you
And
find
then
that
so-
out?
Huh?
How do you find that out? The person that found that out be like, "Oh, it's this motherfucker." Like you're just tending to the garden, and all of a sudden you're like, "Oh."
You fall. You're like watering the shit.
Saw him like going to the property. I have no idea, but the property is huge, acres and acres and acres and acres. So he was there at one point, and then my grandma tells me the story. She lives like up near a bunch of farms, and there's this farmer that lives at the end of her street, and she's like going to get her little milk, like whatever old time shit. And so she's talking to the farmer about it, and she's like, "Have you heard about this crazy guy that's like been running around lately? Like they literally can't catch him for some reason." So insane, like for a month or two. And he's like, "Oh, whatever, like it's really no big deal."
No
Like
biggie.
And then she was like, "Oh no, you should be careful. You should definitely like lock your doors and lock your cars and stuff like that." Because people who live in like I live in the city, but people who live in the suburbs, rural areas, they don't lock their cars. It's crazy. My boyfriend grew up in the suburbs, and I tell him to park my car like somewhere around here, and he leaves it unlocked. Because he's just so used to it's crazy. So anyway, they just don't lock their doors or lock their cars. So my grandma was like, "Okay, well, be careful." She's like paranoid lady number one. So, she goes back. Anyway, like a week later, she goes back to the farm for her milk. And the farmer guy is like, "My truck got stolen. My fucking truck got stolen." And she's like, "What are you talking about?" Because he's a dumbass and he leaves the key in his truck. Because like he just hops in the truck, turns it on to make his deliveries, and then does his deliveries, comes back, and just leaves the key in the car.
So
Idiot.
Smart.
At that point, he might have had that coming.
It was a serial killer. The serial killer was like literally 2 houses down from where like my grandma and my cousin were staying.
Oh shit.
They were staying together because they were like so nervous about this guy. Because my family's just like super anxious people. And he was literally like 2 houses down. He stole the truck and drove it until it ran out of gas like a few miles. And then fucking crashed it. And I think eventually like 2 days after that they got him. But like he was right there and he stole the truck, and the guy was like, "Oh, it's fine. Don't worry about it. Nothing will happen." And it was completely his fault. He really
There's
so I'm sure
justice
he
in
does
that.
not leave his key in his truck anymore. But it was insane. So well, he's back in jail now, but it was really weird. It was really crazy. And everyone was like, "Oh no." He didn't he didn't kill anyone.
Convicts and shit. Juan, you get any tweakers?
Yeah.
I mean, Juan, obviously, you also had some bad experiences with like tweakers out and that shit.
Yes.
Like Juan,
Yeah.
you must have ridden the fucking subway late in the night. And you're like,
Oh yeah, I live in the city. I have a lot of tweaker stories. Nothing like paranormal.
The one that like I almost had to like fist fight someone, because the thing is, there's the tweakers that walk in and say, "My daughter has no arms and no legs, and I'm trying to sell
there was
these
3 women
chocolates."
walking down that way. Yeah.
Yeah, but you know those I don't really like pay no mind, right? Because there's always a weirder story. So I just right. But there was one time I'm talking with I think it was I don't even remember, but I think Randy and I is like friends from high school. We're talking, and I'm telling them the story how earlier I was in another train, and there was this kid that like was licking the rod that you hold, which is disgusting.
As one, yeah, sure.
Right, and I was
Subway?
gesturing like he was licking like the subway's like railing. And in some trains, I don't know if you saw it, Axel, but in some trains or electric, some trains like the bars at the ends of the seat are like 3 layers of parallel lines of like bars. Right, and I'm explaining that like using gestures, and this guy that was sitting on the seat in front of me gets up mid ride, turns to me, shoves me full force. Just, and I'm like, what the? And I look, I don't try. Like, I had to stop myself from punching him in the face, right? I try not to, but. And he's like, what the fuck you trying to gesture at me for? And I'm like, bitch, what are you? I'm telling a story. Who the fuck are you? Right? And this nigga, nah, but. And some random nigga that was on the train too, don't know who he is. He's like, what the fuck? Look at the kids on the slightly pushed us to the side and punched him the fuck out for me. Shout out to that nigga. Right? The next, he's on the floor.
Do I tweaking?
And I walk out because it's my stop, right? All our friends get off at the same stop, so we get out. And the guy that punched the other guy, he was like, "Oh, you okay?" I'm like, "Yeah, I'm fine, bro. Thank you." He's like, "Oh yeah, no, I would have done a lot worse if
Bro
there
said
weren't
all
too
in a
many
day's work.
witnesses." He said I would have done more if there was less witnesses. I'm like,
Is he Batman? Who the fuck was that?
I was like, hey, he might be a tweaker too.
DDG pile driver snap his spine in half. Now talk.
Like I don't know
Arm
what the
stomp
fuck
in the
meant.
subway.
But I'm at least glad I think it was on my side. But it was such a weird, like it was a Tuesday or some shit. This does not happen like a, bro. The most random ass thing is just like,
I wish I was a dude. I wish I was a dude so I could do that. I would just go around like people. I see someone mess with someone, just blah, like really strong. Just start
Well, if you take anabolic steroids, you can get buff enough to just do that.
Imagine.
I would do that.
There's tweakers.
I would be Batman if I were a dude. I'd be Batman.
There's like crackheads in Buffalo. Once seen them.
Yeah,
There's full on. They're just like harmless. They're just kind of annoying. But there was one. Whenever like you hear, it's always a little worrisome when you hear them but you can't see them. Because like in Buffalo,
Fear in most things, yeah.
That happens. Yeah.
because like in Buffalo, like where we used to live was there's a corner. It's called Broadway and Fillmore, and it's right where there was like this old train site, like train station, and at night the streets are just empty. It's very bizarre how fucking like it's dead. It's a ghost town. So when you just hear someone screaming, "Help! And you only hear the one voice ringing through the streets, and you look out and you go, "Oh, it's just Flip, the wheelchair bound one leg crackhead, just doing donuts in the middle."
Donuts.
You're like, "Oh, it's fine." But when you like pull up to do street parking and you're walking into your building and you don't know where the fuck they are, all you're hearing is help, and you're like, oh my god.
That's the moment you hit the fucking.
Oh my gosh.
Kind of speaking of like the yelling thing, there was one time I just moved into this house, right? I'm still getting used to it. I think this was my like first or second night sleeping here, right? I'm laying down, right? And now I know this. There's a fuck ton of cats around here, but I didn't know that at the time, right? I'm laying down and I hear, ah! I'm like, it sounds like a woman yelling. I'm like,
Yeah.
I look through my window. I'm like, what the fuck is going on? I don't see a woman. I'm like, all right. Ah! I'm like, what the fuck is that? Ah! And I tell my parents, what the fuck is that? They're like, oh, those are cats in heat. I'm like, cats in heat? I'm like, women yelling? And I'm like, oh, hell no. Because I'm a dog person. I'm a dog person.
They sound like screaming. It's so scary.
There's a fuck ton of cats here. I know now, right? But nigga, I was so like, this is second night here, man. Like, really? We got demons?
Dudes, my sister had something similar happen to her. We was in my father's house, and she was hearing like humans screaming outside her window, like just below her window.
Yeah.
And we never figured out what it was, but we thought it was a lynx. You know those
What?
like
Yeah.
big ass
Yeah.
like winter
Oh yeah.
coat bobcats? We
Yeah.
think there was a lynx just lingering around the house, which is not absolutely fucking terrifying. Because when
Chill,
lynxes
man.
scream, it just sounds like a person just going, ah!
Yeah, it sounds like just a person in pain, bro. That's weird.
It's
It doesn't
That's
beat
what-
up my worst fear. You know, my worst fear actually is it being, and it kind of goes to what you said, Axel, where it's like you can't see it, but you hear it. The sound of something approaching you, and you
Ooh.
can't see
Oh
it.
my god.
I've
Like
had that
just
so
hearing
terrifying.
footsteps running towards you, and you just don't see it. That's the actual worst. That makes me just brain go into panic mode, shut down, cry.
I've had that. I was walking in the neighborhood near my father's house at night in the snow when it was like super quiet. Because I was like, oh, it's peaceful. Because there was some emotional shit going on.
All
in
of
my
these
life at this point.
stories begin with you being like, "It's peaceful," and then just the most earth-shattering shit happens.
I'm walking. There's pizza. Can you save me a slice?
Damn, now I want pizza.
I know, I'm starving.
Yeah, save a slice for all of us, Juan.
You're hungry, guys.
Pizza.
Oh,
You got pizza? Nigga, I wish.
Axel's got pizza on his mind.
I'm deaf.
I'm
I got
hungry
pizza
as
in my-
fuck. I haven't eaten shit yet.
But I'm walking, and I'm just my AirPods are out. I'm enjoying the snow sounds, and I'm like, ah, a winter wonderland. And then I start hearing a sound, and I'm like, that's unusual. I'm the only one out here
That you know of.
that I know of.
That's what he says.
And keep walking. It stops for a while. I'm like, huh, okay. I'm just imagining things. And I do a lap. And I go back to where my footsteps were. And in the snow, mine are filled in. And it looks like there was whatever print was behind me. I don't know what it was.
The
It
deer.
didn't
It didn't look like hooves. I don't know what it was. But someone was out that night along with me.
Could
But
be, bro.
I heard like you know in Sans Undertale when he approaches that felt like. Right, just felt like
Yeah.
Oh my god.
that's what it felt like. I don't know how I get myself in these situations. I don't know how, but
Stop being out
It's
late.
like the
you know
it's like the
what I mean?
fucking image of SpongeBob in that hallway, in that fucked up hallway. Stop taking Benadryl and taking
I'm-
walks.
I'm just Courage the Cowardly Dog. I don't know why this shit follows me.
O.J. Simpson.
Kind of the
Why
only
Bronco?
story I have revolving forest because a little bit upstate New York is Bear Mountain, which is one of the biggest, like, biggest, like,
I have a good
there's a
bear
bunch of
story
summer
as well.
camps there, right? And I went like in summer camp there, but there was one time that my ex step uncle. Don't worry about the logistics of that.
That's
He's
so
crazy
far
ass motherfucker.
removed.
That's far.
Just say some dude.
Some dude that wasn't part of my family at that point. Him himself was a crazy ass motherfucker, but that's not the point. He was a Marine. So he had old Marine buddies. He was also Puerto Rican, but really white. And his old Marine buddies were really white dudes that lived upstate New York, bumfuck nowhere thing. So he's like, oh, it's gonna be nice. It's daytime. Like, wow, this forest is beautiful. We stayed there the entire day. Now the shit is like going down. And then the dude, like 50-something-year-old war, not 50, what, 70-something-year-old war veteran, right? It's just like, he comes in, wheelchair. Comes in, you ever watched Wrong Turn? And I'm like, no. Plays Wrong Turn for us outside in the middle of a forest at night. Now I'm like, I don't know what the fuck Wrong Turn is. Right? I'm watching this. I'm like, okay, now I'm a little spooked. Right? This is like middle school. I'm a little spooked. I hear crickling and crackling in the fucking forest. I'm just like, all right. It's just me and some other kids. Some of them I don't even know. I'm just like, all right. They don't seem to be worried. Crickling, crackling. TV just shuts off. Now the kids next to me are like, now we're just in complete darkness in the forest. I'm like, all right, we're all just like, I guess Marine niggas have nothing better to do because they ran out and freaked us out. They just ran out of the forest,
No.
and I'm just like, and my little ass is like,
Play a little prank. Just running at the fucking kids.
like, bro, and think about it, one of them is in a wheelchair, so all you see is,
Oh my god.
I didn't know what the fuck I was looking at. He was moonlit, bro. I don't know what the fuck I was looking at. I was looking at a demon. He just
Fucking Happy Wheels horror ARG.
Oh my god.
bro. And then like they turn all the lights on and we're just like
Clutching your heart.
and I'm
Clutching
telling
your pearls.
my uncle, like, let's get the fuck out of here, bro. And he takes us home. But that motherfucker, piece of shit. I'm like,
How dare they?
On Halloween 3 years ago, I got held at gunpoint. That was fun.
what?
It's Halloween 2021. Yeah, 2021. I was going to a party with my homies that night, so we're in like my friend's bumfuck in the middle of nowhere town, and we're just chilling. We're walking around, and it's like we're just fucking around the town, and then he goes, "Oh, let's go to the gas station, like the Quick Mart, just to because they cook. Get like, oh, go get a burger." I was like, "Okay, I'm interested. My interest is piqued." We go in there, and damn, you just got fucking flashbanged. Holy shit. Ah! Anyway, so the iCarly me. So we go into the gas station, and my friend Rayshawn, who's with me, who's in the Woods video, he goes in there and he's like, he's looking at all the pins and shit, like all the vapes and shit, and he looks at the store and he's like, "You mind if I talk a little shit?" And this guy just goes, "Oh yeah, you talk some shit. You talk some. What do you have on under?" Okay, he's like, "Yeah, you talk some shit. Talk some shit." Anyways, you want to see my gun? And then he pulls out an AR-15. I'm like, oh, that's a cool.
You were talking like
I'm like,
a
oh,
Glock
that's
or
a,
something.
oh, that's a cool prop. That's neat.
You weren't talking to Randy, gang.
And then he inspects, cleans the weapon, and then I just look down the barrel of it. He was like, "Yeah, peep it." I'm just like, "Oh, it's cool. Yeah." That burger was mid too. It was a mid-ass burger. Shit gets up to it on Halloween, I guess. Maybe I'll experience some creepy shit tomorrow night.
I almost got stabbed in a Dunkin' Donuts.
Ooh, real?
Yeah, no, this is legit. And the thing is, I didn't know I almost got stabbed until the person that almost stabbed me left. Like, that's the thing. I didn't know I was in danger until the danger was gone.
Oh.
So
That's the worst kind.
So there was this one time, for some reason, our high school gave us like metal Hydro Flask bottles, like the ones that you put coffee in, right? For some reason, and we had hours, blah blah, and like we were in this Dunkin' Donuts. And for some reason, we used to just hang out after school in this Dunkin' Donuts every day.
Everyone's got a spot.
They hated us in there. That dude hated us in there. He couldn't really do much about it. So we're there. My friend has his cup out on one of the tables. This dude walks in, and it's like, "Oh, that's a nice cup." And my friend is like, "Yeah, blah, blah, I got it from our school. We're not paying no minds. Some random dude." And he's like, now he grabs it. He's looking at it. He's like, yeah. I'm gonna have to keep this. And we're just like, what the fuck, blah, blah, blah. And I get up off my chair. I was like, nah, nigga, give me that shit back. I grabbed it from his hands, right? And I'm staring at this thing. I'm not paying attention. I'm like, bro, give me the fuck, blah, blah, blah. And I'm just going back and forth with this nigga. And I yank it from him, give it back to my friend. And I don't, like, leave eye contact. He walks off. Dante, my friend, my good friend, I love him to death. He's like, "Juan." And I'm like, "What?" He's like, "That nigga had a knife in his hand." I'm like, "What?" I turn, and I'm looking him while he's walking out, and he had a knife in his hand. He had a knife. Like, think about how close I am. I'm like face to face. Like, this is like
he could have just won.
Yep.
And
Wow.
he had his knife right here. Like, it was inches away from me, right? And he's there, and I'm not paying attention to anything here, right? And he's like, "You could have got stabbed for a fucking water bottle." And I'm sitting there, I'm like, "Oh shit!" Like, I'm like,
Big Poppy Juan stands on business.
and it was crazy. I'm not even friends with that dude that the water bottle had. That's the motherfucker we tell you stories about.
Jesus,
Already
Always
Christ.
getting you into some shit.
Bro, he was the guy Randy said I was happy when your pops died too in one of the songs. That's that dude. Yeah, I've told you stories. Like, fuck that nigga now. Your dad is dead, bitch. You broke, bitch. Anyways, that's besides the point. But I still stand on business.
Almost
for
got
my
him
niggas,
killed
bro.
for some reason.
I still stand on business for my niggas. That's all you need to know, bro.
I've brushed with death, and it's mostly like it's like the. So this is what makes me believe in the quantum immortality theory. Deafening silence. I think
You
it's the
just
fact
cut out.
quantum immortality,
Uh-huh.
which is like if so like for example, if you die, you just transfer over to a universe where you didn't. So like it's like the A-B thing,
Oh,
Schrodinger's
stop.
cat.
That's so creepy.
Okay.
And that's where like
Oh.
Mandela effects come from because sometimes the universe is a little different from what you remember.
I'm not. Some of them be like, okay, wait a minute. Like, I'm like, hold on. Wasn't it like this the whole time?
First, I'm like, that sucks.
Well, it's like you think of a time you almost died and be like, why didn't I?
Yeah.
Like it's
Like,
just
that
weird.
knife was very close. Like, that shit was inches away from me. And it wasn't no little knife. It was a kitchen knife. It was like
Bro's
it
got a
wasn't
steak
fucking
knife?
Like, it wasn't like a switchblade. It was just a knife.
Bro, just had that shit on for reps.
That is so
Wait,
crazy.
I'm trying to think. Damn, I had a story. No, I forgot.
No.
Do you have any more spooky tales, Axel? As we're nearing the end of this Halloween special.
The spooky season is coming for all of us. Tax season. Ooh.
No.
Actually, I
thought
don't
you
do
were
my
saying
taxes
the
until like
election.
March. March, I don't have to wait. Mine's in like March. I don't gotta really worry.
I gotta file my own shit.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Unlucky
Shit,
boy.
yeah, good luck, gang.
And New
Good
York,
luck, gang.
New York State loves freelancers.
Damn, I had a story. I might not remember it. Which one? I was almost dying. I thought I had another one.
I haven't almost died. Oh, Pep Boys fucked my car up so bad one time. My
Oh,
brakes fully locked and I almost veered off in oncoming traffic.
Real?
Oh
Yeah.
my goodness,
they were-
that's horrible. Can you
they
like
were-
sue them? What the fuck?
They replaced the brake pads and the rotors, but they didn't replace the tubing that brought the brake fluid.
So just no brakes.
So
Just no brakes.
I was seeing like steam, and I was like, "Oh no, that's normal because it's like ceramic brakes. That's normal." And then all of a sudden, I try to pump the brake, and my foot is
On the
pedal to
floor.
the metal. And I'm like, that's not normal.
I'm not slowing down.
And then we go back, and they go, "Oh, no, everything's fine." I went back. They went, "Oh, we're all good." I go, "Oh, okay, cool." I drive back. All of a sudden, my wheels stop turning.
They're trying to kill you. They're trying to kill
Brake
you.
locks.
It's
They've
the
been
deer deer. The
Hired
deer
by the
bro.
deer. Yes.
The
It is.
deer.
We're building a
Hired
theory
by the
here.
deer.
Oh, I
Oh,
remember
gosh.
the story by the way.
Everything that ever bad happened to you is because of the deer.
I did.
Listen,
It's true.
electrolytes. Never go to Pep Boys. Always go to a trusted, independent mechanic.
AutoZone. Oh, fucking, I don't know about that. I
AutoZone's
got
where you
to-
buy the parts.
I go to some. We go to some random dude in the Bronx, bro.
That's how you do it. That's the only way to do it.
Yeah,
And
I got this
Hispanic.
old ass man in the middle of like this rural town that I go to.
I got an old Irish dude in the middle of Buffalo, and it works every time.
I mean, this is not really a horror thing, but it was definitely scary. I don't know if this is too sensitive, but my high school got a threat of sorts, of the pew pew kind, and because there was a confessions page on Instagram for my high
Not the
school, which
confessions
apparently all
page.
high schools have confession
Dude,
pages.
yeah, we did
Yeah,
those.
I
Yeah.
Our people were not unique at all, because people like even in other countries like, yeah, we have them. What the fuck? And someone says, "I'ma shoot this shit up," and puts a date, and we see this, you're like, oh. And the reason why I'm looking at it is because niggas would bring up me and my group a lot in those fucking confessions. Like one time they're like, "They should all have an orgy. Let us watch." I'm like, what the fuck is going on? Besides the point,
Bro,
niggas
the
were
names
weird
are
in my
anonymous,
school.
but the IP addresses are not.
And the day is coming, and then there's people like freaking out, like, should we tell our parents? I'm like, yeah, I mean, I guess probably. right? But in my head, I'm like, niggas are pussy in the school. Ain't nobody doing shit, and I'll take my chances. I'll stand on business, right? So it's the day before. My friends are like, I'm not gonna come, and I'm like, look, if I can't bring up any good excuse for me not to come to my Hispanic parents. So it's either I go and potentially die, or I bring it up and make it become a significantly
Wear a
bigger
bulletproof
thing.
vest.
Right? I'll take my chances. These motherfuckers are pussies, right? And I remember I walk in, scan my ID, and there was this guy that was I think 2 years older than me, sitting on the table, not sitting at the table. He was sitting on top of where people eat, and his legs were on people where people's like asses go. I don't know why he was sitting like that, right? And he's like doing this shit. He's like, Juan, come here. I'm like, what? He freaked me out. I'm not gonna lie.
Juan, you're one of my friends, Juan.
He was very tall and like.
You don't gotta be here, Juan.
And he's like, you heard what's happening today? And I'm like, yeah.
Yeah.
I'm scared.
Never a good thing to say.
Because he already scares me as is, and I'm now terrified. He's like, you know what's going to happen today, right? And I'm like, yeah. He was like, you know what we have to do? I'm like, what do we have to do? He's like, and then it took a turn. We got to protect everybody. I'm like, what?
Yeah. That's why I brought these guns.
I was like, what do you mean? He's like, oh, yeah. Me and you. We're protectors. I'm like, I don't know what this. Oh, me and you.
What do you mean we? Are we speaking French?
We speaking French. He's like, we know where the exits are. Blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, I say yes to everything, and I walk away in my head. I was like, bitch, I'm leaving. I'm not even gonna take.
Window looking mighty crashable right now.
My niggas are figuring it out, right? I'm not worried about them. I worry about myself, right? You when the plane is going down, they say secure you first, and then secure someone else. I'm gonna secure myself first, and then worry about my niggas later, right? First period goes by. Nothing. Second
hitch
period,
without
third
a hitch,
period,
yeah.
fourth, fifth, sixth, seventh, eighth. It's the end of this class. I'm like, it would kind of suck if they shoot up to school at the very end, right? 20 minutes to spare, right? The bell rings.
Dead silence.
We walk out. And to my friends, I'm like, you see? Pussies. And I walked off.
Oh. I thought you were gonna be
Oh
like,
my
yeah,
God.
pussies, and then
Pussies. No. Like it was someone just like trying to create a panic.
Yeah,
I was like, bro, motherfuckers are pussies in the school.
Mm-hmm.
besides
it
the
was
one guy who
terrifying.
thought was really about to go through with some shit when you walked in.
And I don't know why he only spoke to me. He didn't speak to anybody else. I watched him. He stayed like this, watching people come in the entire beginning period before the first period started. Like when you're supposed to have breakfast. This nigga is
Also, Juan,
Living
might I add,
on nothing.
I love your hot dog costume.
Oh my gosh.
this. He was leaning on air, by the way, doing this. I don't know how the fuck he did that.
There wasn't a back. He was just.
No, he was.
That's a
nothing.
skill.
And I'm just watching. I'm like, this nigga is cool. He already scared me because that year's Halloween, his partner like face painted me for some reason, and I like it was having a reaction to him. My skin had wiped it off, and he literally came at me, grabbed me by the neck, not by the like the collar. He was like, "Why did you take my girlfriend?" He called he called them his girlfriend. I'm to that. There's a reason why I said partner, but anyways. He's like, why you took my girlfriend? And I'm just like, who? I'm a dickhead. I said, who? Who's your girlfriend? You mean Naya? They, them? He was like, why did you take the makeup off? I was like, I was having a reaction to it. He's like, bro, and he said some shit. We're in the bathroom, my nigga.
You got checked?
He's like, oh, and he walks off. I'm like, the fuck is going on, bro? Like, that nigga was a piece of shit.
I have some scary stories. I have a scary story for a bathroom, but it's not scary from my perspective. It's the victim.
Oh, no. Oh, the victim. Okay.
I may have told this one to you two before, but it's like 8th grade. I'm chilling. We have like lunch periods. So I'm just sitting in my lunch period. I have like third lunch or some shit. I don't even remember. And sitting at the table, eating with the homies. My friend and cousin Bradley, who's in the Woods video, he gets up. He's like, I gotta go take a shit. Number
At
one
school?
rule. Number one rule. Why are you doing that?
Never.
In the school bathroom. So he goes into the bathroom, I'm gonna presume he starts doing his thing. Who do I see walking along? My boy Ray Sean, who's also in the Woods video. He just comes walking along. I guess he didn't have that lunch, but he's just here. So I beckon him over. I'm like, hey, do me a solid. Go into that bathroom and just raise hell. So he looks at me and he understands the assignment. And then from my cousin's perspective, what I hear is he walks into the bathroom. He's just in the bathroom taking a shit. And then all of a sudden he hears into the bathroom squeaking shoes and just fucking like, just people fighting. So single-handedly, my friend goes in there, starts like squeaking his shoes around on the floor, starts like slapping himself, screaming and shit to make it seem like people they crash against his stall. At this point, my cousin does the fucking like the two legs. They start, and then he listens. He's like, "Hey, someone here! Hey, hey, hey!" Scared that starts banging on the fucking door. Scares the shit out of him and just leaves.
Dude, there was never anything really scary at my school. It was a lot of just country bumpkins with guns. So no, it wasn't like there was a threat of a school shooting always. It was just kind of like
they just have them.
They just have them, which is very weird looking back because I can't listen to Pumped Up Kicks anymore. I just can't. It ignites something with it deep within my soul. I just can't listen to it. But the one time I was in a tech class, and this freshman dude was just coding computer killers on like the HTML program on the school computer. The teacher could see him, and he's just
typing away,
coding, just typing away this code. And I go to lunch, and he finds me, and I'm cool with this kid, and he walked up to me with this like it's like a motherboard with a USB at the end of it. And he looks at me and he goes, "You know what this is?" And I'm like, "What is it?" He's like, "This is a computer killer." And he goes, "I have 2 more of these. I'm gonna sell them to the worst kids in my grade and let them go wild." And I go, I'm like the hostage negotiator now. I pull him aside. I'm like, they will know it's you because no one in this fucking school is smart enough to do that. They're gonna trace it back to you. Don't fucking do that. And he's like, "Why not? Why can't I do this?" I'm like, they're gonna find you. I think he works for like the NSA now or something. I don't know. That'd
do it. Holy shit.
He also pulled up pipe bomb blueprints on the school computer, but
white kids, yeah. But you know what the scariest thing about all this is? Axel.
Hey, what says everybody?
Axel. I'm learning After Effects now.
How is your computer doing?
Decent. I'm using it for this new video. I'll show you after we're done here. It's real scary.
Is it? Do you cut a clip and your computer goes?
Using 2024 After Effects, the worst. Juan had a very scary thing happen to him. He's realized that he has like 10 more homework assignments than he thought he did.
I was chilling and motherfucking emailed me saying, "Remember, we have a test." I'm like, I thought I did a test. No, I just did the weekly assignment because the teacher's a bitch ass motherfucker. I didn't take the weekly assignment off for this week. So we have a weekly assignment Friday and a test due Friday.
Top 1 scary thing of the week. I'm learning After Effects. Top 1 scary thing of the week for you, Juan, I assume is the tests. Top 1 scary thing of the week for you, Axel.
I currently am halfway through a video I'm working on for the company I work at. It's 8.5 minutes of voiceover, and I have half of the assets in. I took it on yesterday. It's due on Friday.
Lovely. So I'm assuming that's what you're gonna be doing after this. Yeah.
Ray, top 1 scary thing of the week.
Ooh, I don't know.
Besides sleeping in a room
I
with
don't
a
think
mirror.
it's happened to me yet.
I'm sure it's bound to happen. We got a couple days left in the week. Just move your mirror in front of your bed and then it's done.
No.
It's done.
I can't think of anything. I've just been working.
Well, that's scary enough.
That's capitalism.
Yeah, that's hard. I don't know. A mouse came into my work. That was a little scary.
Not a mouse. No.
Yeah.
I'm thinking.
Mickey.
Oh, I was really thinking about ending this off with the I show speed, like FNAF jump scaring into my fucking setup.
You should.
You know what the scariest thing is? That 60% of you guys aren't subscribed.
Oh, you electrolytes.
Oh my god, banger! I think we have to end it there. Holy shit.
Happy Halloween.
Happy Halloween.
This is all of the FNAF jump scares.
Well, you gotta get Foxy.
Oh yeah. Well, then there's like FNAF 3 where he just goes.